Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. So I was looking at Splintered Arrow, and it is listing AP use as 9 plus 2 due to low expert marksman, recommended 2 expert marksman, which I did not remember was a thing. However, we do have some points, so we can go ahead and do something about that right now. There we go. Resolved. Now it's 7 AP to use, which is still a lot, but it does 70 to 112 piercing damage over enemy targets in an 8-meter radius. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Especially if you're going after, like, one enemy. Alright. So we have, you may have noticed it, there is a smelly coat, and the dog did say something about being able to detect who did the thing if we had smelly things from each of them. So I don't think that I have searched that. There we go. So we got his smelly socks. I did loot his... loot this place entirely, which doesn't indicate right there. But I have. Evidence chests, I believe, are where your stuff goes if you get arrested. There are 4 of them, and I believe this one was not here when before I had Medora. So they basically spawn in when you get more characters added in your inter-party. But we want to talk to Arhu. I have basically looted this place entirely.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter.
Let's see. I have a few questions about Cyseal.
And what might those be?
Someone mentioned one of your failed experiments.
One of them? Failed? Who is the mongrel that dares to question my engineering expertise? I take it the mutt in question was referring to the Sparkmaster 5000.
I believe so, yes.
It isn't failing, it just became... well, it became self-aware. Frightfully annoying when that happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's totally annoying when one of your creations just realizes that it's alive, yeah.
You know what? Here's the remote access device with which I used to control it. There's a manual for that somewhere around here, too. Yours, if you can find it.
Already did.
I really should invite Victoria one of these days, so she can help me organize my mess of a library.
Indeed. Okay, let's change the subject. Let's talk about Source Under business. Let's discuss Jake's murder.
I hope your investigation fares well.
Let's discuss Jake's corpse.
His body is gone? Replaced with that of a sheep? This is all very disconcerting, to say the least. Grave robbery reeks of necromancy. Could Jake have been involved with those that raise the dead?
I mean, let's see. There's a swarm of undead attacking town. There's an evil source being used. I don't know. What do you think?
It seems too improbable to be true, but nevertheless.
Really?
You're onto something, Hunter. Do follow the scent and see where it leads you.
I will do that. Alright, let's change the subject. I'll take my leave. Alright, so I have gotten the Arhu Sparkmaster 5000 Universal Controller. So many buttons. What do they all do? Happy, sleepy, angry. They're all like kitties.
This combination doesn't seem to do anything. So try another.
Well, we will. Also, I think some of our characters will have some things to talk about.
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears?
I meant that I would be responsible for you. I will keep you out of trouble.
In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place.
Also, child of the bears? What does that mean exactly?
And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. So says the saga of Threes. Do you know it?
I can't say that I do.
The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter.
All right. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Ask freely, my friend.
So you were raised by bears in the wild?
Your city is far more wild than Home Forest. In Home Forest, the rules are clear. In Home Forest, your strength and speed determine your fate. Here, a tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mudworm, might confine you into a tiny cage, and one must wait for a kind stranger to grant freedom.
I feel like I talked to her about some of these, but we'll keep going. How did you come to learn to speak?
Jarrett, wise Jarrett, taught me the bird songs of our people. If not for him, I would never have learned more than the beasts could teach me. A beast's life is to survive. A human's is to know. I am both beast and human, and so I must do both.
Seem to know quite a lot of history for the daughter of a bear. How is this possible?
I have learned all the bird song that Jarrett could teach. I remembered every word. These tales have brought me much pleasure. The remembering of the beasts is without lies. We know not to approach the wasp's nest because long ago one bear mother discovered its dangers. This she taught to her cubs, and those cubs taught the next.
Okay.
We do not remember Rito and the battle of the buzzing brutes. We remember only what is useful to us now. Rito will be forgotten. The beauty of the story will be forgotten. But the lesson will not.
Well, that's kind of a shame to lose the beauty of the story.
It is different between beasts and humans. I am lucky to enjoy both ways.
That's true. Tell me more about Jarrett.
He came to me when I was small. A fierce, wild one, yet unaware of the difference between the other cubs and herself. He called to me in a soft song. At first I thought him a great bird. We each reached out to the other. We found each other. Jarrett visited me often, and in time I learned his songs and more. When he built a small cabin within Home Forest, I hunted his food and fetched his water by day while he studied his books and his magics. By night, by the fire, he'd tell me tales of the world of people.
I'm getting the impression that this is not going to go well, for Jarrett at least.
Jarrett is my master and my friend, my teacher and myself. He teaches me and I care for him.
Well, why have you come to Syceal?
I heard this was a place of many people, so here I came. I have seen more faces here in a day than I had seen in all the days of my life together. But I have not found the face I seek. Jarrett is missing. It is my duty to find him.
Well, have you any clue where Jarrett might be?
That mystery is thick and ugly as a swarm of hornets. It started with a great disturbance in Home Forest. A terrible disease came in the night and turned the birds and beasts soft and foul as carrion while they still lived.
Oh, that sounds gross.
I watched countless of my loved ones die, rotted from the inside. When I ran to Jarrett to tell him what I had seen, his reaction was strange. He had no answer. The next morning, Jarrett did not emerge from his room. I left him be, but after 3 days I grew anxious. I broke down the door, and inside his chamber was nothing. His equipment, his books, all but some scraps of parchment were gone.
Do you happen to have those scraps of parchment? They might be clues.
He was kidnapped, and all his research was taken with him. The only clue I found was a letter among the scraps. I could not make out all the words, but I recognized the threat. Death, coming for you. And the signature? Attenborough.
Attenborough, huh?
I do not know the one called Attenborough, but I know that if I am to find Jarrett, I must start there. Whoever this Attenborough may be, I believe he or she may know where Jarrett has been taken.
All right. Well, if we come across that in our travels, then we'll definitely look into that. log, new entry added. And what about you, Medora?
Ready to advance, ready to defend. What can I do for you, comrade?
I have some questions for you.
Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing hordes, eh?
Why are you so suspicious of magic and magicians?
Frankly, it surprises me you lot are so eager to work with them. In my experience, they're kinda less reliable than used wagon sales dwarfs from Yuthel Gore.
And then Hanako is like, hey, don't talk about me that way.
Heed me, comrade. You can't trust a wizard, witch, diviner, conjurer, or seer farther than you can throw 'em.
Well, now, I use some magic too. You know that, right? I should totally have her learn magic. You said you'd seen an artifact like Evelyn's before. A bloodstone, did you call it?
Aye, comrade. And they're as gruesome a relic as their name suggests. Death fuels them, and only a sorcerer would wield them. I've seen one put to use in my day. What I witnessed, well, it's been burned into my eyelids for too long now. I don't know if I'll ever forget.
Do you want to expand on when and where you saw that? With your aversion to all things unnatural, why aren't you bothered by our own use of magic?
Well, comrade, I've been around long enough, but not that long, mind, to know that little in this world can be split categorically into light and dark. My distrust of magic is instinctive after my years as a source hunter. But I also know that, at times, using the enemy against itself is the only way to make a lick of progress.
Okay.
So toss your cadabra elixirs and your illusion scrolls to high heavens, comrades. As long as I don't see a hint of darkness about you, you've got nothing to fear from old Medora.
Well, that's handy. What evidence of Source and Scythiel have you found thus far?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thalron for another.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
I think we already talked about all that, so I'll take my leave. Alright. So we got her quest right off the bat, about needing to deal with something at Hunter's Edge.
Sorry, sir.
Now we have Bear Daughter's quest. Wolgraff's quest is to get his voice back, and that's actually one that I have not done. I think through the course of the game, you basically will take care of Medora's quest, unless you're just like are rushing things and ignoring side questy type stuff, like even side questy areas. So I'm not too concerned about missing that one. And I did do Jahan's side quest as well in my original playthrough. So I know those, but I have not seen.
Can't you hear the stage calling you?
So I have not done Wolgraff, so I will be definitely doing that one. Hello, Cedric.
You there? Sit. Stay a while. Right in front. I'll excite you. I'll delight you. I'll beguile you. I'll besmile you. I'm Cedric the Sensational, and I'm playing to an empty audience.
Well, yeah, it's because you're named after an owl. You have 120 gold.
You there? You look like
Tell me about yourself.
Don't pity me. No, sir. Just a few years ago, I was the all-singing, all-dancing, all-sensational darling of the town. People came from far and wide just to witness my amazing act.
Was it really that amazing?
When Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it?
Nope.
A talking head.
I have not seen
I
that.
never
No.
expected a silly gimmick like that to be my main competition.
Well, tell me about the competition between you and Reginald.
It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo.
Yes.
I'm a man of skill.
A head
sleight
is a
of
little
hand,
gizmo.
Feats of wit and pure entertainment. This curio is ruining what used to be an art. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. Sure as the sun sets, that one devotee attracts 5 more, and those 5 more all curious about the commotion. I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less talent contained between his hat and his boots than I've in my crusty handkerchief.
Well, maybe he's doing what you should do and just bribe people. Like go find one person, pay them money to be here and laugh at all your stuff and make a commotion, you know? Stage Master Chaucer, eh? Katarina the Fair, who I have already
You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
looted her stuff also.
And who are you supposed to be?
Well, not drunk. That's for sure. You do have a Poison Cloud arrowhead, though, and ham. You do have those things. Tell me a bit about yourself.
I should have been one of the greats, but here I am gathering peasants to watch peasants perform broadside pageants for peanuts.
You hick more than I do when I'm fake playing a drunk person. Good lord. You got a pretty bad case of the hiccups there.
No, really? I hadn't noticed. If not for this ridiculous condition, you'd know me as the king's favorite thespian.
Where can I find material to perform?
Don't you have an impressive library here in Sicil? I'm sure that beast of a librarian
Oh, don't call her
will
that.
rustle something up for you.
The stage master, are you? Perhaps I'd like to perform a show.
Take it up with Katerina. She's the master of this pig circus after all.
Pig circus, huh? Do we have anything that we can do to get rid of your hiccups? I don't know. Howdy, Katerina.
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter! You're at Katerina's Fair, a veritable summer home for troubled minds. Won't you take a seat and let our esteemed entertainers whisk you off to a better place?
What if I don't want to be whisked off to a better place? What if I'm happy here? Tell me about yourself.
I'm Katerina the Fair, fairest first lady of the fair, of course. I do love making the acquaintance of my patrons, and who knows which of them might become one of my performers.
So let me ask you this. So you're the fairest first lady of the fair. How many first ladies of the fair are there? I assume only one, which means that you're the fairest of one. It's not exactly the most impressive.
Just waiting for his big debut.
Hush up, sir. I'm talking over here.
I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience.
An open stage, you say, and what if I were interested in putting on a performance?
The theater's favor has overcome you, has it? Marvelous!
I wouldn't say that,
I
but...
do so love a fresh green talent ready to bloom. But I support players, not writers, you see. If you want to perform here, you'll have to find tried and true material.
Well, that's just awful.
Check the library and see if any of the classics there interest you. I'd love to see a Source Hunters take on one of the old standards.
I'm ready for my theatrical debut. When shall I start?
Right away, my dear, just as fast as your boots can carry you. You found something decent to perform, I trust, and you've gathered enough actors to do it justice?
This is probably going to go awfully, but we'll see.
Speak to Master Chaucer if you're ready for your debut. He alone can adequately prepare you for the stage.
All right, I'll take my leave.
Can't you
Why do I have to
hear
talk
the
to you again?
stage calling you? What is it this time?
Stage master, are you? Perhaps I'd like to perform a show.
Katerina's given the go-ahead, has she? Oh, very well then.
Wait, you're the stage master and you don't want this to happen?
Tell me when
Excuse
you're
me?
ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places and gather you whatever crowd of drunken yokels can be prevailed upon to watch you flail about on stage.
Alright, hold on a second. I'll take my leave. Let me save state. Or, like, get a save first.
What is it this time?
Alright, I'm ready to begin.
Ready for your trial by fire, you mean? There's no more savage foe than an audience, my dear. But I'm sure you'll do just fine.
I'll do a
Nay,
one-man show.
Not planning on playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait until I've gathered some victims to witness the spectacle, and then you can begin. Any last words?
I'm sure this will go very poorly.
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
Alright, let's begin.
Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is.
Alright, one guy decided to sit right in front of Medora so that she's completely blocking his stage view. I'm sure that's fine. Alright, let's begin.
The stage is yours.
Oh, come on. We haven't got all day.
Oh, hush up. During a dwarven funeral, the bearers of the casket accidentally bump into a wall and hear a faint moan. Every 10 years, the Elvenwood priests in their monastery are allowed to break their vow of silence to speak 2 words. An elf and an orc show up in the Hall of Echoes at the same time. The orc says he froze to death, and the elf says he died of a heart attack. On second thought, I'd rather not give a performance now. We'll go with the first one.
Simply
The
marvelous.
crowd breaks into an approving chuckle. Continue, by all means.
10 years go by, and it's okay. So that's not it. That's not it.
Marvelous.
They open the casket and find out that the dwarven woman inside is actually alive. Her husband is filled with joy.
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Oh, I hope
Eager
there's
to hear more, the crowd leans forward with great interest. One lady in the back is already chuckling. She must have heard this one before.
And the dwarven lady lives for 10 more years and then dies. There's another funeral for her.
The crowd's curiosity is piqued. Oh, do go on before they explode.
Maybe I want them to explode. Let's see. At the end of the service, bearers carry out the casket.
simply marvelous.
That's it, Source Hunter. You've got this joyful crowd right where you want them. Now, take them on home.
As they're walking out, the husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall!"
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
They like you. They really, really like you. Well done, Source Hunter.
Yay! I performed a joke on stage. I don't seem to have gotten anything.
Come
Okay,
on,
well, I'm getting some,
Can't you hear the stage calling you?
I'm getting some applause. Yay! Applause! For my terrible joke that I just read out of a book.
Come on, can't you hear the stage?
Yeah, you should definitely be a quiver. Do you guys have anything?
Simply marvelous.
No, I can't talk to you. Alright. So I put on a little show. Excuse me, guys? Guys. Thank you. Come on.
What a tale! So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory rims
All right.
that he ordered a contest across his realm.
We got a talking head. Hello.
Today,
You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off, cry your eyes out, and teeter on the edge of your seat with an original tale from Stefan, the talking severed head.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Reginald the Illusionist, purveyor of the most amazing artifact in Andevale. This fantastical talking head.
Well, if you're an illusionist, maybe it's an
React while
illusion.
You can. This show will only remain in Sicil as long as there are Legion soldiers to entertain.
How about your competition, Cedric?
Ha! Yes, I know of that talentless bull. He was here entertaining the troops before I was brought in. I'm sure the hack simply bored his audience to tears until they cried for a replacement.
Wow, that's pretty rude.
Enter Reginald the Illusionist.
Well,
We
let's
need our
discuss your
boys in
talking
red
head.
Happy, relaxed, and ready to fight. Not wasting their energies cringing at a fool with a depressed rabbit in a borrowed hat.
As I said, let's discuss your talking head.
That's right, a talking head. And he doesn't just talk. He'll weave you a yarn so fantastic, you'll be begging to hear just one more, and just one more. It's quite a story how I found him, too.
Well, do tell me about the story.
I obtained this curio by some rather sensational means.
Well, do go on.
You see, I was diving in search of a rare medicinal sea herb. I volunteer at the local children's apothecary on weekends, in the shallows around Sicil's own Black Cove, when I spotted something amazing. The chest belonging to the fabled Captain Pontius. Though the chest was stuck fast, I summoned a swell of great strength and prized it free from the ancient rock.
Something tells me that that might be a lie, but okay.
I had the treasure of a lifetime in my very hands. But then, slurp, gulp, I was swallowed by an ornery kraken that seemed to appear from nowhere.
Yeah, I'm having trouble believing this part of the story.
In the hubbub, I lost hold of my prize and watched it sink to the bottom of the beast's cavernous belly. Still, I feared only for a moment that all was futile. Before my mind's eye swam the faces of the many war widows and leprotic orphans who would be lost without my charitable support. I knew I had to live.
Yeah, you're a little full of yourself, aren't you, sir?
Grabbing fast to the hilt of a cutlass that floated by at just that moment.
Just that
I
moment.
summoned all my strength to slash a great gash in the creature's gut. Freeing myself from my would-be tomb, I swam as quickly as I could, first to the surface and then to the shore. It was there, along the rocky beach, that I tripped over this talking head. Strange, isn't it?
So the talking head has absolutely nothing to do with that story, huh? Alright, I'll take my leave.
My word.
Actually, wait, hold on.
Back for more, I see.
What do you,
Well, I can't
you
say
have
I'm
a rat's
surprised,
tail, huh?
What with Stefan rattling off legendary yarn after yarn.
Alright, I'll take my leave. Alright, let's talk to the talking head.
Excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have to wait until the end.
How do you talk without lungs? Don't question it. Tell me about yourself.
I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head in Sicil. My audience sings my praises from hill and dale.
Uh-huh.
You're a source hunter, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, bless the seven. Look, you've got to help me. I've been kidnapped.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You're a severed head.
Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything.
Alright, if you're ready, I'm going to pick you up now. You won't mind a little ride in my pocket, will you?
It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it, then.
Alright.
We will have none of that, you hear?
Excuse me, would you mind not handling that? I'd like to keep things just as they are, if you please. Oh.
Fantastic!
Alright.
Come on,
So he likes me less, but that's fine. I don't care about that. Alright, well, so we need to pick him up somehow at some point. Maybe distract him in some way. But I'm not exactly sure where we would take him. Oh, you know what? We know about... Nope, hush up. We know about a dead sheep. We know about someone who is missing a sheep. They might just be one and the same. Yep, Bertia.
Source hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. Things is chaos. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump Ogget, the finest in me herd.
Yeah, about your stolen sheep.
Oh, Ogget, you're rotten to the bone. Oh, me poor, sweet, plump girl. You've been wasted entirely. All that roast, all the mutton. Not even the sausage grinder will want her now. Give her here, will ya? Me little mouldering darling.
Wow, alright. I'll take my leave now. But we have taken care of that. So someone was joking about that I should sell my sell the paintings to this guy. I ended up not doing that. I should have. I didn't think about it though. But yeah, that would have been great. Because I did steal his. Oops. I did steal his paintings and everything else. But all right, hold on. I need to get away from you guys because you're loud and annoying. All right, so we've mostly done the common stuff that we can do around here in town. We do have some side quests, and we need to get some more information about the swapping of the body. We have 2 smelly things. We got the smelly socks. They don't appear to be particularly dirty, but the pungent odor of cheese wafting off of them could knock a horse on its hiney. And smelly coat. With pungent pit stains and a grimy collar, this coat is better held at arm's length. I believe I got this from Theleron's house. And we have some smelly socks, and we have some other things that we need to go and do as well. But that is going to have to wait until next time. See you then, everyone.